Welcome to the Drapery. We are in week 4 of the Zendikar Unified Pauper Sealed League, staring at a Battle for Zendikar pack here, and this one is fantastic. It didn't bless me with a Ruin Processor, which is the number 1 card that I was looking for. The number 2 card I was looking for was Evolving Wilds. Did not get blessed with that either, but I did get a lot of cards in my current colors. I've been basically playing Jeskai Black or Mardu Blue, basically blue-white splashing red and black removal spells. And I do have some good green cards, and now Fertile Thicket here can enable maybe a little bit more of a green deck. Even though there's 0 green cards in this pool, I can splash cards a little bit more easily now. This card's pretty unplayable. Calastria Night Watch here, though, is very good. I have the 1/3 for 2 mana that taps and gains the life, so this could potentially be a 4/5 flyer. I also have 2 of the Courier Griffins that gain life when they come into play, so this could potentially just be a really good body and potential win con in the air. Oracle of Dust is a decent sideboard card if 5 toughness is relevant. I just want another 5-drop, but I do have a bunch already. I do have a couple removal spells that exile, and I got this new Mist Intruder to start the ingest engine if I wanted to take to the skies and start looting. But the real payoff here in blue is Tightening Coils, which is pretty much just terminate in the format. A lot of my win cons are small flyers, so being able to get rid of a flying blocker of theirs is very good. And -6, -0 is very relevant because a lot of the best creatures can't do anything once you take away that much power. Even Eldrazi Devastator as a 2/9, can be blocked by almost anything in my deck. So this card's going to be very, very good. Salvage Drone is unplayable. Let's not even bother. Ghostly Sentinel is very strong. It's just a sizable flyer, and being able to play offense and defense really changes the race math a lot, I've found, so I'm happy to include this. Undo Greathorn is good if I was going to be trying to beat down, but for a 4-drop that doesn't have trample, I'm not looking to play it. But if they had a lot of 4/2s and I was trying to play defensive and it was good as a 2-power first striker, it might as well be like a 2/1 first striker. For all I care, it's not that great. Horn. This Core Castigator, though, is actually a pretty good curve option and lets me play a beatdown role if I want to have a beatdown role. So let's go over a few of the decks that I built for week 4. So week 4, round 1, this is the deck that I played against Forley. And basically I call it Bant Red. I cut Complete Disregard since it takes a little bit of that strain off the mana, and it adds green. Green provides me with a bunch of token makers and Nest Invader. Let's see if we can get this going here. Boom. And what else? Eyeless Watcher, basically just trying to enable my Shared Discovery, which is pretty sick for a 1-mana draw 3. And Gnarled Pack is a pretty good late game card. Could be a 4/4, 5/5, 6/6, etc. Undo Giant fixes mana as well. And Canopy Gorger is just a huge top-end threat. It became clear to me that this deck just wasn't as good. The black removal spells are good, and these green cards don't really add that much. And if I'm playing Undo Giant, I might as well be playing black in the first place. And so a lot of my creatures just can't. Like a 2/2 is bad, a 2/3 reach is actually just bad. Wireless Watcher is just bad. Why do we need Shared Discovery if we're going to be drawing a bunch of bad cards? So I figured quite quickly that we need different deck than Bant Red. So I looked at some other options. Here's Mardu Allies. We don't have that many allies. But we do have all of our good removal spells, but we have to play cards like Free Runner, Whiptail, these Scythe Masters. These Castigators are pretty aggressive, but they can be stopped kind of easily. Stonehaven Medic is the one that combines with this Colostrian Night Watch, and this Healer is just not that good because we just don't have that many allies. So looked at that, and it just looked a little underpowered. Let's see, I looked at Orzhov allies. Let's see, if I take red away, do you think it can get any better? Definitely not. We do get some good cards in Null Champion, Corrupted Zendikons, like a 3/3 haste for 3, Crypt Rider, but overall it just looks like a bad aggro deck to me. What else did we build? Oh, this deck was sweet. I really wanted to play this deck. I goldfished this deck a ton. So this deck is based around this card, Raid Bombardment. Creature you control with power 2 or less attacks, deals 1 damage to defending player. And then we just played as many tokens and 2 power or less creatures as we could. So Wave Watch can even attack for a point of damage in the early game. Mist Intruder, anything with evasion is really good. Mist Intruder, Walk and Turn, still got our removal here. Our pack could be a 2/2. These provide 2 creatures. Still got all our fixing. Pilgrim's Eye, Netcaster, Spider. And the whole deck is really underpowered unless we find both of these raid bombardments, which we really want to find. So the Divination and the Shared Discovery are both welcome additions. Incubator Drone and Nihilist Watcher are actually pretty good with raid bombardment. And Ondu Giant for the fixing. The Banisher and the Canopy and the Wavewing are our top end that don't actually have 2 or less power, but they have unique effects. Bounce the Guide, huge threat, huge flying threat. Still got these E-Rays and touch for removal. So yeah, so we still have the ability to win in alternate ways as well. Ultimately, we went against this deck because it just didn't have... It was a synergy deck that feels underpowered. It didn't have as much bombs as I would want. Here's just a Blue-White Flyers deck, just basically cutting all of our red and black cards, our removal. So we get to play some Deprive, counter spells. We get to play a Regress, which is probably, again, a little underpowered. If we don't have an aggressive start, what's it look like? Yeah, looks like we're just drawing a bunch of underpowered cards into the late game with very few ways to deal with their threats. So that was week 4 Blue-White Flyers. And the Jeskai Black Mardu Black build. This is the deck that I ended up running most of the time after the first round. Still 17 lands. I upped the count of red and black to a second source each. Since we really aren't playing that much white, but I still like the wall, blocks a lot of things. The medic got added basically because of the Night Watch. Tightening Coils got added. Cut all the other 2 drops for the most part. Sometimes I played the 3/1s in game 1 if I think my opponent might be playing an aggressive deck or something, but sometimes I cut Tar Slinger too if I think they don't have Dawnglare Invoker or something. Sometimes I don't play Vent Sentinel or Incubator Drone, but I ended up being quite happy with them. All these 5-bucks are super strong. Battle Herda is still pretty good, again, blocking a lot of things, and the Heat Ray. So Heat Ray's been actually a lot better than I thought. At first I thought a card like Stone Fury was just going to be straight better, because it can always kill things more mana efficiently, but sometimes you want to be able to kill like a 1 toughness creature on turn 2, and this can save you a lot more damage when Stone Fury would do nothing. So overall, I think this is the best build that I've come up with after, this is me doing the deck tech after playing 5 matches for week 4. But there's definitely a merit to playing a more consistent deck. I just have enough fixing and enough incentive to get to the late game that I think I ended up liking this build. So there you have it. Very happy with my week 4 pack of Battle for Zendikar. Obviously picking Rise of Eldrazi for my last pack. Hope to open Ulamog's Crusher, Vendetta, Flame Slash, Stagger Shock, another Dawnglare Invoker. Just basically hoping to get lucky. Mnemonic Wall. Oh, that would be one of my faves. I could cut like this Battle Herda and just play like a Mnemonic Wall. That would be great. If you can combo with my Vent Sentinel. Ooh, a second Vent Sentinel. That would be... I would like a Vent Sentinel, Mnemonic Wall, maybe like a Flame Slash, maybe a Cadaver Imp. Yeah, Cadaver Imp plus Mnemonic Wall seems like a sweet combo. I could even then play Regress with Mnemonic Wall to have infinite blockers. Yeah, I could see this being real sweet. Okay, so I've got 5 matches incoming. Stay tuned. I've got tons of misplays and tons of sweet plays and a couple close games and a couple blowouts, so should be fun.